Hello guys, and welcome here to Hitachi Truck Series qualifying here at the Daytona International Raceway. I am Brian James up here in the booth with you today. Already we got our first two trucks out. Daniel Gitro and Austin Shaw are on their way out to set a fast lap. Some of these guys will be up in the Cup Series, or they will be in the Cup Series blue-green duels in just a little bit here. This is essentially a free practice as well. The top 12, though, will advance to try to qualify for the pole. There are no duels here in the Truck Series, so where you qualify is where you start. And these guys know that entering here. As you see the rest of the guys roll out, Max Anderson, Eric Faden, he could be one to watch. He won the Season 1 Daytona 500. Nathan Faden also one to always watch. Here comes Dylan Young and Tyler Faden, Dylan Ibrahimian, Diego Yepes, the Season 3 Jello Cup Series champ, Carter Joey on his way out, Mitchell Collins, he's going to have to pick up some speed here. He was the slowest in the final practice. We'll see if he can get that Helmar Friesen truck at the front. Giorgio Stumu, he looked pretty quick in practice. We'll see if he can keep that up in this qualifying session. Joshua Saculli, the only Rom Brothers racing truck here. He will try to lay down a quick time. Keep in mind this is a 15-minute session. There will be a 5-minute session with the top 12 as mentioned, and that will determine the pole. Alexander Rowe, the Cup Series defending champ, he's running in all three series this season trying to get a championship. And we'll see if he can keep this hot summer streak alive as we enter the fall. Pete Stevens in the Kyle Busch Motorsports truck there as well as Adam McKenzie in the Hill Motorsports truck. Casey Naneko, Sam Young, Brad Stover also battling it out here. As you see LJ Toledo come off the pit lane. Currently Nathan Faden, he just laid down a quick lap. He is third fastest. Who is the quickest so far? That would be the number 17, the second DGR Crosley truck of Dylan Ibrahimian. And he's up there running with two fast trucks, or two top tier trucks. The number 2, sorry, still getting used to names. The number 2 of Tyler Faden and the 16 of Chase Lynn. Back behind them, though, is the guy who was quickest in final practice. That is Dan Hummel. If there's anyone to watch in this session, it's going to be him and that number 30 of Willa Ruby Crouch. We'll see if she can lay down a quick time because she was the only driver in the 2 sessions to lay down a lap within the 45-second range, which is remarkable here in the Truck Series. To be laying down a lap like that. You saw Alexander Rowe did go to the top of the boards briefly, the 17 though, and now the 98 of Daniel Gitro has gone to the top with help from Diego Yepes, and Yepes can also be one to watch here. The season he won the championships, he was winning, I believe, 2 or 3 of the restrictor plate races. He won here at Daytona, and I believe he won at Pigs Creek that season. So, he is always one to watch on these restrictor plates, and I believe he came close in the last ones last year. Austin Horton just went to the top of the boards. And now Dan Hummel, a familiar face, the Western New York Autosports truck, at the top with a 46.930. And trust me, if you're just tuning in for the first time this season, if you don't think they'll get any quicker, you haven't seen anything yet. These trucks are fast here at Daytona this season. You see Dan Hummel shuffled up the track. He could get into the wall. We saw some of that in the practices. Oh, yep, he hit the wall. He won't lose too much, though. And even if he does, he's got Samet Ozkan right behind him in that 18 Kyle Busch Motorsports truck. The number 9 to the top. And that is Tim Randolph, another Cup veteran. He ran very well last season in the Cup Series, almost won the championship with Richard Petty Motorsports. Unfortunately, it was not meant to be. He will be driving the number 6 for Roush Fenway in just a little bit in the Blue-Green Vacation Duel, so we'll see what he is able to do, as the 51 has just leapfrogged him of Keith Stevens. He goes to the top, 46.688, but not for long, a 46.55 for the 28 of Austin Horton, and this pack is a monstrosity right here. Look at this. This is a 10-11 truck pack, I'd have to guess. And keep in mind, this is really the last time they'll be on track. This is really not the track conditions they will see tomorrow, as tomorrow night they will be under the lights here at Daytona for the first race of the season. So really, they practiced at 11:30 in the morning. They practiced at 12:15 in the afternoon. Both of them, by the way, are on Facebook Watch, so be sure to go check it out if you haven't yet. On our Facebook page, I believe the link is below. But these guys have been practicing in the heat of the day, so it's going to be a tough transition as these guys go to the night, tomorrow night. So we really don't know what to expect, as Willow Ruby Crouch is at the top of the boards now at the 46.13, and she brought Karen James with her in that 05 truck, who has been silently quick all through practices so far this speed weeks in that truck. Of course, we're about halfway through our first round of qualifying here. Who is on the bubble is going to be the big question, and it is that 56 of Adam McKenzie. We do have a 36 truck field here. Everyone will make the show, unlike in the Cup Series. So everyone who is qualifying for lift and for trucks, they will make the field. No one goes home in these races, in those series, as we have a strict 36 truck field here, and we have a strict 38 car field in Xfinity, or the Lift National Series. See McKenzie trying to get up to speed, and he's going to have to do so quick, because he is on the bubble with a 46.801. That definitely will not sit. Up ahead is Mitchell Collins. He's 17th. Can he improve on his time? No, he can't. No one has really beat that 30 yet. Look at this pack. This is an 11 car pack, or 11 truck pack right here. And we mentioned we got a lot of champs in this series. We saw that we have Mitchell Collins. He is the Carvana Wildcard Series champ from this past season. I believe the last champ ever in that series, because as you know, that series is unlikely to return. Of course, we got 6 months to decide what we're going to do. Probably about 6 months, with these series running on weekends and some midweeks. But Mitchell Collins, he is the defending champ in that series. He is running this series, and I believe the Cup Series. We shall see what happens. Can he continue this hot streak? He made the Cup playoffs last season. It'll be interesting to see if he can It'll be interesting to see what he can do in the truck, see if he can get a championship there. It was his first NR championship as well, so big congratulations to Mitchell Collins as he enters here at Daytona. We also mentioned the defending Cup champion Alexander Rowe. He's off track right now. He's 20th quick. We also got Diego Yepes, the Season 3 champ for Cup in this field. So we got 2 Cup champions in the truck field. Patrick Smith is the only Cup champ not in a lower series. He wants to focus solely on his Cup efforts. So the Canadian not in the field here, which is unfortunate. You see Diego Yepes doing everything he can to improve on his times. Trying to see if we have any other champs while we're waiting. No other champs in the field. Tim Horton's not in this field. The 30, Willow Ruby Crouch. It looks like she's happy with her time. I think that should be enough to lock her in. Karen James is out there by herself, maybe trying to make that truck a little bit quicker. On the bubble, though, right now, it is one of the bigger teams. The 4 of Francis Hawes is on the bubble, and we'll see if the 4 can improve upon the time. It's going to be a close one. 46.632. I just don't know if that's enough to get you to advance to the next round. Especially with that 8 picking up the 8 team, Diego Yepes. He's going to get faster. And you see it's not enough. It pushes Dylan Young to the bubble. Now in that 29. Team Penske now in danger with their only truck in the field. And there's definitely no way Dylan Young's going to improve on his lap time this time around. And the problem is it's really not a big pack. You see, but you see the 56 is in this. Adam McKenzie. You see the 51 Adam Stevens, I believe. Did I get those names right? No, Keith Stevens in the 51. And you see there Dylan Young was bumped. Now on the bubble is the Season 1 Daytona 500 champ, with a minute and a half remaining. GMS has 5 trucks in this field, and one of them could be in danger. No improvement on the time. And a minute left. They'll get at least one more lap in after this, so it'll give them a chance to get wound up and ready to go. We do have a new fastest, by the way. It is the 13 of Carter Joey, who has gone to the top. And look at this pack. And Carter Joey is only the 2nd driver in the Truck Series to reach a 45-second lap. This is remarkable for that 13 team. 3 of Frodemar Ott's very close too. The 4 has just jumped in. So is the 48. Francis Hawes may advance. The new bubble is now that number 8 of Diego Yepes, and we talked about him. He's a threat here. Just look at it. He's hanging on to the tail end of that draft. I don't know if it's going to be enough. See the 00. Joshua Sakulli improved on his time. No, I don't think the 8's gonna get there. It's the line. Time. This will wrap up qualifying. Oh, the 25's in the wall. And that will end the session. Round 1 of qualifying is done. Carter Joey, Francis Hawes, Daniel Gittero, Austin Shaw, Frodemar Otts, Willa Ruby Crouch, Karen James, Austin Horton, Hillary Sanchez, Chase Lynn, Dan Hummel, and Diego Yepes. They will all advance to the final round, which will be a 5-minute session. And as you look on down the rest of the list, we want to thank you for watching. Of course, we will be right back in just a moment with the final round of qualifying rather. So we'll be back in just a moment here on GCN. Welcome back. We are ready for the final round of qualifying here. It is going to be a 5-minute session. Chase Lynn on his way out in that 16 Hattori Racing Enterprises Toyota. And keep this in mind, I think it's going to come down to the quickest to get grouped up. And right now the 16's at a disadvantage. He's by himself, so is the 05 of Karen James. Excuse me. Willa Ruby Crouch is on her way out, one of two to reach that 45-second mark. The 3 of Frodemar Otts, the 28 of Austin Horton, keep in mind, none of them are grouped up right now. That's huge. See, the 16 takes the green. Here comes the 4 of Francis Hawes in that Mobile One Toyota Tundra. And this is to determine the pole, as mentioned, for the NextEra Energy Resources 250, which will be tomorrow night at 8 p.m. It'll be here on YouTube, and it'll be on Facebook Watch. We hope you will tune in for the race, as the 16 is coming to complete lap number 1. There's no one in front of him. We might have one that's able to get grouped up. 2 of the 3 Western New York Autosport cars. Keep in mind, all 3 of them advanced to this round. So if they can get lined up, they could take this pole away. See what they're able to do on lap number 1. To the top for Karen James. We'll see if her and Austin Shaw can line up front row. Dan Hummel's a little further back, but they're not going to drag the brakes to help him at this point. They know they got to lay down the quickest time they can run. And they may pick up another truck. Here comes the 10 of Hillary Sanchez. And Austin Shaw about to complete his first lap. But he's going to look to the inside. Up ahead, there's Hillary Sanchez. They need to get moving. See, they haven't come out of 3rd gear yet. $49.78 for Austin Shaw. He goes to the top of the boards with 1.5 minutes remaining. Look at all the trucks that have yet to turn a lap. It is the 10, the 13, the 98, and the 8. So the 2 ThorSport trucks in this round have yet to turn a lap. And right now, if it stands, it would be a WNY Autosport front row for the NextEra 250. No improvement on that lap. We've got 10 that have turned laps so far. Here comes the 13 to complete a lap. And these times, they won't be very quick because they really haven't had time to get grouped up. P8, the 28 of Austin Horton has just gone to the top with a 49.61. This breaks up the WNY Autosport duo. And could Austin Horton play spoiler? That's going to be the question. He's barely hanging on to the tail end of that draft. Francis Hawes got 5th. It's going to be to the line this time. Austin Horton is really picking up speed. He's going to get it, I think. And he's going to get it by quite a deficit. 48.590. And that'll put the 28 likely on the provisional pole. Coming back to the line, I believe these guys are still being timed. And if that's the case, Daniel Gittero is going to be setting his lap. And once that is done, if he's able to set his own lap, we'll end the session, and he is P2 for the 98. And that'll end the qualifying session. So your front row for the next era 250 will be Austin Horton, Daniel Gittero, and then of course we'll have Francis Haw 3rd, Frodemar Otts will start 4th, Carter Joey will start 5th, Austin Shaw 6th, Karen James in 7th, Chase Lynn in 8th, Dan Hummel 9th, Willow Ruby Crouch in 10th. Keep an eye on that 30, she's been quick. Hillary Sanchez will start 11th, and Diego Yepes will start in 12th. That is the end of qualifying here for the Hitachi Truck Series. We want to thank you for watching, and we will see you back here tomorrow for the truck race, and we hope to see you back here tonight for the blue-green vacation duels at Daytona. Until then, goodbye everyone.